see, most people believe that financial intelligence simply means being good at math or knowing how to save a few dollars on a grocery bill. But the harsh reality is this: school teaches you how to work for money, not how to make money work for you. The real difference between the rich and the poor isn't the number in their bank account, it's their level of awareness about the hidden rules that govern the flow of money. Today, we're going to break down the 10 levels of financial intelligence, from basic survival instincts all the way to mastering entire systems. Ask yourself where you currently stand, because your position today will shape where you'll be 10 years from now. Welcome to Stratum, where future billionaires come to think differently. Level 1. Understanding the difference between consumer debt and investment debt. The first level of financial intelligence isn't about making more money. It's about understanding the nature of what you owe. Most people fall into the trap of consumer debt, borrowing money for short-term comfort that quietly steals their future freedom. It's the brand new car, the financed vacation, or expensive items bought just to impress people they may not even like. Level 1 intelligence begins the moment you start saying no to borrowing for things that depreciate. You understand that debt should only be used as leverage to acquire income-producing assets. If the debt doesn't help you generate more money, it's a chain, not a tool. Level 2. Shifting from measuring income to measuring net worth. One of the biggest mistakes of the middle class is focusing entirely on monthly income. Income only tells you how hard you're working, but net worth tells you how far you're actually progressing. Net worth is everything you own minus everything you owe. At this level, you stop asking, "How do I get a raise?" and start asking, "How do I accumulate assets?" You realize that someone earning $200,000 but spending $190,000 is effectively poorer than someone earning $50,000 who owns a fully paid-off home. Level 3. Delaying gratification to build a foundation. Psychologists call this the real-world version of the marshmallow test. People with higher financial intelligence understand that present comfort can become the enemy of future wealth. Instead of upgrading their lifestyle the moment they receive their first big bonus, they keep their expenses low and channel money into learning and investing. At this stage, you begin to realize that owning a luxury watch matters far less than owning your own time. Discipline over desire becomes the first brick in the foundation of a financial empire. Level 4. Leveraging skills instead of time. If you're still trading hours for dollars, you've already hit a ceiling. Level 4 financial intelligence requires understanding leverage. Instead of working longer hours, you focus on learning scalable skills: sales, leadership, systems thinking, or programming. 1 hour of your effort can now create value for thousands of people through a product or service. You stop being the baker and start designing the recipe that allows the machine to produce millions of loaves while you sleep. Level 5. Understanding structures and taxes. At this level, you realize that the money you keep matters more than the money you earn. Financially intelligent individuals rarely own assets directly in their personal names. They use legal structures, such as corporations or trusts. They understand that tax systems are designed to reward people who create jobs and invest capital. While employees are taxed the moment they receive their salary, business owners are taxed on profits only after reinvestment and expenses. Changing the shell through which money flows is how the wealthy protect their wealth from erosion. Level 6. Allocating capital into cash flow assets. This is the real turning point. You no longer buy assets simply hoping their price will increase. You buy assets that generate steady income. That might include rental properties, dividend-producing businesses, or intellectual property royalties. The goal at this level is to build an army of cash flow that works for you. Once that income can cover your basic lifestyle, you've achieved financial independence. From that point on, work becomes a choice, not a necessity. Before we move into the highest levels, if you find these insights valuable, consider joining our network through the Stratum app. Inside, you'll find in-depth courses on ownership structures and investment strategies used by the ultra-wealthy. You can download the app for free and scan the QR code on your screen to receive 25% off the annual membership. Knowledge should never stop at watching a video. Turn it into action. Level 7. Mastering asymmetric risk. Most people avoid risk because they fear losing. Level 7 thinkers actively search for asymmetric opportunities, situations where the downside is limited but the upside can change their lives. This might include investing in a promising startup, learning a difficult new skill, or launching a side project. They're not gambling on luck. They're placing calculated bets on opportunities with non-linear returns. They understand that stability is often a trap that prevents breakthrough growth. Level 8. Managing networks and accessing exclusive information. At the highest levels of finance, money follows relationships. Financial intelligence now evolves into social intelligence. Instead of finding opportunities on public websites or news feeds, you discover them through private conversations and trusted networks. Building relationships with people operating at higher levels gives you access to deals that never appear on the open market. At this stage, you realize that who you know can sometimes matter more than what you know. Level 9. Ownership of ownership. This is the level of fund managers and global conglomerate leaders. You no longer manage assets or employees directly. Instead, you control the structures that control the people who own those assets. You invest through private equity funds, holding companies, and large capital structures. Finance becomes a game of strategic capital allocation and long-term vision, where one decision can influence thousands of lives. Level 10. Absolute freedom and legacy. At the final level, money itself is no longer the central factor in your decisions. Your resources become tools to solve meaningful problems: education, healthcare, sustainability, or technology. Financial intelligence reaches its highest form when it transforms from personal accumulation into social impact. You are no longer simply wealthy. You become part of the solution for the future of humanity. We've just walked through the journey of financial maturity. Don't be discouraged if you feel like you're still at the earlier stages. Every billionaire you see on a magazine cover once started by learning how to manage their first few dollars wisely. What matters most is not where you stand today, but the direction you're moving. Thank you to all the Stratumers who spent time with us today. If you made it this far, write the word mindset in the comments so we know who is truly serious about this journey. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care.